Welcome back, everybody. Friday morning show rolls on. Getting ready for Final Four Friday in both Bismarck and Minot. State B semis will tip off at 1 o'clock. The State A will go later tonight at 6:30. The first game, you'll see it on WDAY, will feature Devils Lake against Shiloh Christian. The defending champion Firebirds are back in the semifinals after a big win yesterday over Des Lacs Burlington. Our pleasure to welcome back to the show Devils Lake head coach Dustin Brodina. I joked earlier, we had you, I think, in this same time slot on this same day last year. I think it worked out well. You guys won, so I don't know if we can copy that for you here today.
Yes, it worked out well. Last year we were in the Fargo Dome.
Yeah.
We had National Guard guys coming off the roof behind us. I don't think I can simulate that in my hotel room here, but I guarantee if I would have asked the kids next door, they probably would have done that. But it worked out good last year. Here we are again. We're glad to be here, and hopefully it plays out the same way for sure.
I got to get the Captain Obvious question. You've been asked it, I know, a million times, but dealing with the fact of being the champs, were there some unintended things that came along that you couldn't anticipate for? Would that happen at all this season?
Not really. We celebrated it, obviously last year, and we talked about it the first couple days of practice and put it to bed right away. Hey, there's a great accomplishment. It's something that nobody can ever take away from you. It's always going to have it in your back pocket. But now we got to move on. We got the next goal next goal is to come back here and win it and be the last team on that floor that last Saturday. So with a lot of senior led, a lot of guys that have been here before. So there really wasn't a whole lot of that. I mean, granted, every game this season we've had the pressure. We're getting everybody's best, but that's good. We want that. So the kids accepted it, and there has been some adversity, and that's good because we need that. We need that for last night. We need it for tonight. We need it for tomorrow. And the boys have accepted that pretty well.
Describe the season to have the year you had. You've lost one game, and that's the number one team in the state, who you saw, of course, last year. Is this gone like you thought, or has this been even, I'll say, smoother? My words, not yours, of what you've anticipated this year.
Yeah, the kids, they're really buying into the process that we have. And this is my fourth year now. So these guys that I've had are seniors, are the first guys I've had for 4 years. And they know the process. They know the process each day, the practice, the requirements that we have, whether it's 6 a.m. workouts, and the process prior to games. And really throughout the middle of the season, we did battle some injuries here, but the team aspect that we enforce every single day, these guys bought into it, and they know the goal and what it takes. And they played a lot of basketball, whether it's AAU basketball and this and that. So they know, they understand that, hey, I can't put this backpack on and be Superman and do it by myself. So that's probably the one thing that I have really appreciated this year more than any team I've had. We've got zero egos on this team. We got zero guys that, hey, I got to get my 15, tonight before you get your 15 or whatever it is. That is the best part about this team, is that I don't ever have to say, you got to quit shooting the ball or you got to quit shooting the ball, because they are looking for the best shot every possession. And they really look out for each other and make each other accountable, which has been really good.
Dustin,
and you get teams like, go ahead.
I was going to ask, sorry if I didn't interrupt on that. I wanted to ask about the scheduling of Kindred late in the year. Was that a targeted thing to do? Say, hey, because I appreciate the fact you did it. I'm sure some people say, well, why are you doing that, especially later in the year? Give us the thought process. Say, we want to go, we're going to play them, or we're going to go there.
I think that was kind of more the ADs, a little bit of us involved. My ADs, like, do you want to play them? I'm like, absolutely. We want to play the best teams in the state.
Yeah.
We'll play anybody. I mean, and playing in later in the year, I guess it is what it is. I think probably the schedules just allowed that for the most part. And whether they wanted to come up here or we went down there, I said, I don't care. We'll play it. Because whether it happens tonight or it doesn't, there's a good chance we'll see each other tomorrow, And and it's going to be a fun night. And I hope we can do it, because I know everybody in the state wants to see that.
So you had I don't know if it's the dreaded 1:00 game yesterday. That's a different time to play. How did you, I mean, you guys obviously came out and played really well. What are the pitfalls of that? Because it's not a normal time. You had an okay crowd, but what are the challenges of going and playing at 1:00 in the afternoon?
Yeah, you're kind of nervous whether the kids are going to come out and they're come out flat-footed. But honestly, I don't mind the 1:00 game, for the fact that we probably would still come down here whether Wednesday night or Thursday morning, and not sit around all day. Go sit and eat and then sit around. And
Yeah.
so we had a really good shoot around. We came back, got a quick snack, and came back. And the kids, like I said, they were extremely focused in shoot around. The pregame warm up. The guys are really focused and they're ready to go. They got that goal in mind. It's hopefully tomorrow night, and they'll be ready to go again tonight.
You had your trifecta. I think they scored something. I had the stat earlier in the game. 56 of your 73 between Mason Palmer, Parker, and Joel Nelson. I mean, when you got that, you guys are pretty hard to beat.
Right. And like I said, like we stress from day one in every practice is the team factor. And every drill we do, we're competitive, and whoever's open, you get it to that guy, and you have the trust. I think the trust factor is the biggest thing. We've had some other guys, Oliver Worth has stepped up, and he's averaging 15 a game, and another one is Max Palmer. He can put it in. He's had multiple 20-point games, so they trust each other. And if he's open, he'll hit it tonight, and if not, the next guy will get it. And then it's hard to stop. It's hard to stop defensively, because who do you key on? And we keep moving that ball at a high level. It's a fun time watching.
Basketball is such a passionate deal in Devil's Lake. How much have you enjoyed this, knowing, okay, there's a lot of pressure on to win, but we're having fun and we're doing that the attention on this team has grown as the season's gone along?
Yeah, it's fun. There's a lot of, you talk about the Devil's Lake history, so there's been some fantastic girls teams in the past. You got the Grant Nelson, story as well. But the boys really, they it doesn't get to them. They're pretty battle tested, especially some of these guys started in the EDC,
right?
And that's not easy, every night. So they're ready to go, and it's fun. We got a great community. The community support is fantastic. And I think tonight they'll pack the stands again for us tonight.
I had Jeff Ralph on the show from Wahpeton, Dustin, on Wednesday, and I asked him about, because you guys both were in the EDC, and about finding the right level. And obviously you're going to say this: you're winning, you're dominating, you're having a great time in Class A. But why was this the right fit for your school to be in Class A and not in the EDC anymore?
Yeah, it is a certain aspect of a competitive balance, year in and year out. The consistency that would happen over time. Yeah, we got a really good team last year and a really good team this year. We got 8 seniors. We're going to drop off. We're not going to reload like some of the teams, some of the bigger schools. We can't.
Yeah.
We just don't have those resources, and so we'll ebb and flow. I know we will. We'll come up and down, and the best part is the travel part. And I think Jeff, like he had reiterated, we go to Four Winds on a Tuesday night, and it's 15 minutes back, and we said to our coaches, "Oh, we're back by 9:15. This is awesome," versus coming back from a Fargo South or a West Fargo, and it's 1:30 in the morning. And that's just hard on kids. It's hard on kids, and then they got to get up and get to school the next day. Another thing we stress is they're student athletes. So you got to be in class the next day, and you got to make sure you're getting your grades right. So that's the biggest part, I think, for us, is especially us with being the outlier, in the old EDC. And I think the 3-class system is fantastic. And we got the state tournaments have been great. You've seen it. You got 8 more teams that get to make it to state. And I love it.
Because I know the argument would be, well, okay, this year's team and last year's team, you can maybe compete in the EDC, but I don't know if that's sustainable, I guess, is what you're getting to, is the long-term question, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have, this is a snapshot in time. And it happens with, you would call it smaller, maybe a Class A or a traditional Class B school. You take West Hope, Newburgh. They're fantastic right now too.
Yep.
they got some fantastic athletes. They were graduating 6, 7 seniors as well. So it ebbs and flows with schools like us, and it'll be a while before we get back there. I mean, we won't have anybody that can even dunk it. We were giggling yesterday in warmups. I said, God, let's appreciate this because next year we're going to have guys touching the net.
You played Shiloh 2 months ago. Is there anything you could take from that to get ready for tonight, or not really?
Yeah, I already watched the whole game already this morning, that game, and I watched their game from last night. So we got it all broken down. We got it all scouted out. Yeah, we'll take some of that stuff. But at the end of the day, there's really not a lot of secrets this time of year.
Yeah.
You might have something in your back pocket. We've got a few things in our back pocket, but at the end of the day, it's really it's about execution. It's about playing defense, being in the right spot, being in the right position, out rebounding them, and who wants it harder, because you can find a team that wants it really, really hard this time of year, and they'll all work you and they'll get all those loose balls. So it's going to be a fun game because I know they're going to try to do the exact same thing, and it's going to be a battle. So, and then hopefully we put on a good show tonight.
Well, it's prime time at the Civic in Bismarck. I mean, that alone on a Friday night, that's going to be amped tonight. And you've got your team's playing a lot of big venues. What do you get a sense about the energy around this one tonight?
Yeah, these guys, the Bismarck Civic Center is fantastic. It's a great atmosphere. And we'll just tell the boys, I said, this is where you want to be.
Yeah.
And this is about as exciting as it gets. And if you're not up for this game and this atmosphere, then you'll probably never get up. But the guys will be ready to go. They won't think it's too big, and they'll be ready to go, and it'll be fun.
I got to ask, how have you kept it out of their minds? Maybe in your own mind, like, yep, the Kindred's right there. It could happen. How do you? I mean, they're 17, 18 years old. I mean, that's how do you guard against that, or do you embrace it?
Well, kind of not that they don't know, but a lot of the stuff that we've done throughout most of the year has been to try to beat one team. For some of the practice drills, because they are, if we do see them, they're a big team. We already played them. Right. They just don't make mistakes, and they're hard to score against. They are very, very big. And then hopefully it happens tomorrow night that we get to play them. And, there's some things that we got in our back pocket that we will save for that. And if it happens, but, you try to not let the kids, know about it and talk about it. We're really one game at a time. We haven't talked about playing tomorrow night against them. Yesterday, we didn't talk about today's game. It's just one game, try to go 1-0 today and get to tomorrow.
Before I let you go, I know we had Wiley DeLorme on when you were actually driving on the way back when they went to the Elite Eight. What was that experience? That just to be wrapped up in that, and now getting ready. Hopefully, Grant's healthy to get going here, maybe today or on Sunday, to have this whole ride again this March.
Yeah, right. That was fun when Wiley was sitting in the back of the car riding, and we're all packed in the car, and he's talking, and that's pretty fun. Got to see Wiley last night. It's really good to see him. Great kid.
Heck of a year too to start too. By the way, his college career. Holy cow!
Yeah, right. Yep. No, he's doing fantastic. He's a great kid. Yeah, I think the kids got their tickets in their back pocket, ready to go. I know that. They've been talking about it. I don't think we'll see Grant today, but hopefully we'll see him Sunday. And if they're in the Sweet 16, I guarantee those guys will be looking for tickets, and maybe myself too.
I was going to say, what about you? You make a trip there too, right?
Right. So no, it's been fun. It's been a great experience. The last 2 years, it's been good.
It's great to see you, bud. Thanks so much. This has become a habit. We're doing this every Friday during the State A basketball tournament. Good luck tonight. Thanks for the time. Okay.
You bet. Appreciate it.
Dustin
next year we'll do the same thing.
Sounds good, bud. Devils Lake boys basketball head coach Dustin Brodina joining us. Firebirds coming up tonight against Shiloh Christian. You can see it on WDAY 6:30 for that one. That'll be followed by Kindred and Thompson. You know what? Just go out and say it. Yeah, and I'm sure folks at Shiloh watching, well, wait a minute. We're not just a speed bump here on the way to the title. We'll see. Going to be a dynamite Friday night in Bismarck is something else. I'll just say it outright. It just is a different atmosphere when you got semifinal Friday there at the Bismarck Event Center. Looking forward to that tonight. We'll break. We come back, wrap up our first hour. Brad Schlossman coming up when we start hour 2 to talk UND's must-win scenarios. That's coming up. We come back.